Dear brothers and sisters, today's readings, both of them speak about consequences of being a follower of Christ, of being a disciple, of being an apostle, of being a Christian. And what are the consequences? Jesus speaks about flogging, about dragged before governors, about persecutions, about hatred, about you being discarded, being neglected, and so on. When you look at church history, from time Christ came in the world, this has been the case. Christ himself was put to death because he stood witness to the truth. We have John the Baptist who was beheaded. Then we have the apostles who went from place to place preaching. They were crucified, put to death, and so on. We had the feast yesterday of the Japanese martyrs. We have the feast today of Gonzalo Garcia. We have everywhere, even today, for the Stan Swami who died a couple of years back, standing for the Christian values. So anyone who wants to be a follower of Christ has to bear the consequences. But Jesus did not be afraid at that time if you stand for your values. Because it says it's not you who will be speaking, telling about your proclaiming your faith, but the Spirit within us will talk and bear testimony. If you look at our own lives, sometimes we grow up in Christian faith, and every moment of our life, these values are tested, be in the school, be in the behavior, be in integrity, being in the colleges, being in a place where we work, a business enterprise, and so on. Especially if we are working in government offices, our faith, our values are tested. At this time, what happens to us? Are we bypassing our values, or are we giving in so-called the values of the others? We need to reflect and ask ourselves at this time. It doesn't matter where, whether we are in Society of Jesus, whether in this congregation, whether at home. Time and again, our values are tested. At this time, what happens? Are we willing to stand by them, or willing to compromise, or even give up our values? We ask God to give us the grace. Like in Gonzalo Garcia, as the Japanese martyrs, for many of the Jesuits and others who stood till the very end, including facing death.